Good morning, students. In this video, we will start a new topic, that is animal tissue. So in previous classes, we had discussed about the plant tissue. In this video, we will discuss about the animal tissue. So what is animal tissue? So a group of similar type of cells which performs a particular function in our body is known as tissue. And if this tissue is present in animal's body, then it is known as animal tissue. So how the organization takes place? So a single unit is known as cell, and group of similar type of cells which performs a particular function is known as tissue. And many tissue, they will group together to form a particular organ like heart, liver, kidney, and a group of organs will combine together and perform a particular function in our body is known as organ system. For example, digestive system, circulatory system, respiratory system, and many such organ systems will remain present in one individual organism. So in this video, we will focus upon the animal tissue. So whether it is a small animal or a multicellular big animal like human beings or elephant, so their body is made up of only 4 different types of tissue. So you will surprised to know that whether it is a small rat or elephant, so their body is made up of only 4 different types of tissue. And what are these 4 different types of tissue? So they are epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. Nervous tissue is also known as neural tissue. So these are the 4 different types of tissue by which the body of any organism is made up of. Now we will discuss one by one all the different types of animal tissue. So first we will start with epithelial tissue. So epithelial tissue cells are tightly packed and form a continuous sheet-like structure. They have only a small amount of cementing material between them, and almost no intercellular spaces will be present. So in epithelial tissue, whatever cells will be present in epithelial tissue, so cells will be compactly arranged. This is the characteristic features of the epithelial tissue. Regardless of the type, all epithelial tissue is usually separated from the underlying tissue by an extracellular fibrous basement membrane. So this basement membrane, it is a very important point. So all the type of epithelial tissue, whether it is a squamous epithelial tissue, cuboidal epithelial tissue, columnar epithelial tissue, so all the different types of epithelial tissue, so they will remain separated from the underlying tissue by the help of a fibrous non-cellular structure which is known as basement membrane. So in this diagram you can see that this is a epithelial tissue and this is the underlying tissue. So this epithelial tissue, they will remain separated from the underlying tissue by the help of basement membrane. So this structure is the basement membrane, or we can say that epithelial tissue, they will remain present over basement membrane. The covering or protective tissue in the animal body are epithelial tissue. Epithelium covers most organs and cavities within the body. So what is the function of these epithelial tissue? So they cover the entire body from outside as well as from inside. So these epithelial tissue, they act as a protective tissue, or they covers the entire body from outside as well as from inside. It also forms a barrier to keep different body systems separate. The skin, the lining of the mouth, the lining of blood vessels, lung alveoli, and kidney tubules are all made up of epithelial tissue. So these are the common areas in our body, or the common parts in our body where we can see the presence of epithelial tissue. So in which part of our body we can see the presence of epithelial tissue? So epithelial tissue, they remain present in our skin, in the inner lining of our mouth, the lining of blood vessels like arteries, veins, and capillaries, in the alveolar sac of lungs, in the kidney tubules, the nephron part of the kidney. Epithelial tissue, they will remain present. Now these epithelial tissue, they are further categorized into different types. So the first type of epithelial tissue is squamous epithelium. So this is the structure of squamous epithelial tissue. So simple squamous epithelial cells are extremely thin and flat and form a delicate lining. So what is the characteristic feature of squamous epithelial tissue? So whatever cells which will be present in squamous epithelium, so the cells will be flat. So these cells are flat and with irregular boundaries, so their boundary will be irregular. You must have seen tiles in your home. So similarly, just like tiles, the structure of the cells which will present in the squamous epithelium, but the tiles, they possess a regular boundary, so they have a particular shape, but the cells of squamous epithelium, they will not possess any particular shape, so they will be of irregular boundary. And in which part of our body we can see the presence of squamous epithelium? So the esophagus and the lining of mouth are also covered with squamous epithelium. Esophagus means the food pipe, and the inner lining of mouth, they will remain surrounded by or covered by squamous epithelium. Second type of epithelial tissue is stratified squamous epithelium. Stratified squamous epithelium is present in our skin. So skin is a type of stratified squamous epithelial tissue which protects the body, is also made up of squamous epithelium. So what is the difference between squamous epithelium and stratified squamous epithelium? So squamous epithelium is made up of single layer of cell, but on the other hand, stratified squamous epithelial tissue, they are made up of several layers of squamous epithelium. So many layers of squamous epithelium, they will be piled over and they will form stratified squamous epithelium or stratified squamous epithelial tissue. So skin epithelial cells are arranged in many layers to prevent wear and tear. Since they are arranged in a pattern of layer, the epithelium is called as stratified squamous epithelium. So this is the basic difference between squamous epithelium and stratified squamous epithelial tissue. Next type of epithelial tissue is the columnar epithelium. So as the name suggests, columnar means the cells which will be present in columnar epithelium. So cells will be column like. Column means pillar like structure. So this is the diagram of columnar epithelial tissue. So you can see that the cells, they are pillar like structure, they are column like structure. So that's why they are known as columnar epithelial tissue. So where absorption and secretion occur in our body, as in the inner lining of the small intestine, so these tall epithelial cells are present. So in which part of our body we can see the presence of columnar epithelial tissue? So that part of our body where the secretion takes place, where the absorption takes place. For example, when we eat something, then the absorption of this digested food takes place in our small intestine. So in that small intestine we can see the presence of columnar epithelial tissue. So this columnar epithelium facilitates movement across the epithelial barrier. In the respiratory tract, the columnar epithelial tissue also has cilia, which are hair-like projection on the outer surface of epithelial cells. So in our respiratory tract, that is in trachea, these columnar epithelial cells, they possess a minute hair-like structure. So this is the columnar epithelial cells of columnar epithelial tissue, and over these columnar epithelial tissue, sometimes we can see the presence of hair-like structure over these columnar epithelial tissue. So these hair-like structures is known as cilia, and in which part? So such type of columnar epithelial tissue which will possess hair-like structure called cilia. So such type of columnar epithelial tissue is known as ciliated columnar epithelium, or it is known as ciliated columnar epithelial tissue. So in which part of our body we can see the presence of this ciliated columnar epithelial tissue? So answer is in our that respiratory tract, that is in windpipe. in the hollow structure like fallopian tube, which is the part of female reproductive system. So in that region we can see the presence of ciliated columnar epithelial tissue. So these cilia can move, and their movement pushes the mucus towards forward to clear it. This type of epithelium is thus called as ciliated columnar epithelium. So what is the function of these cilia which remain present over columnar epithelial tissue? So they push a mucus in a particular direction, or the vibration of cilia, they push the mucus or any structure in a particular direction. So this is the function of ciliated epithelium. Now the next type of epithelial tissue is cuboidal epithelium. So as the name suggests, cuboidal, so means the cells of cuboidal epithelial tissue, they will be cubical in nature, so they will be cube like structure. So this is the diagram of cuboidal epithelial tissue. So you can see that the cells are cube like structure. Cuboidal epithelium forms the lining of kidney tubules and ducts of salivary glands, where it provides mechanical support. So just like columnar epithelium, the function of cuboidal epithelium is also absorption and secretion, and they are found in the kidney tubule, that is the nephron part of the kidney, and the ducts of salivary gland. Epithelial cells often acquire additional specialization as gland cells, which can secrete substances at the epithelial surface. So sometimes what we observe, that these epithelial cells, so they get modified and they act as a gland, and they start secreting some substance. So such type of epithelial tissue is known as glandular epithelium. So sometimes a portion of the epithelial tissue folds inwards and a multicellular gland is formed. This is known as glandular epithelium. So formation of glandular epithelium takes place from the simple epithelial tissue. So this much only in this video. So we have to remember that what are the different types of epithelial tissue. So there are 4 different types of epithelial tissue, that is squamous epithelium, stratified squamous epithelium, columnar epithelium, and cuboidal epithelium. So these are the 4 major or 4 important types of epithelial tissue. What is the structure of cells present in squamous epithelium? So the cells will be flat with irregular boundary. There will be no intercellular spaces present in them. What is the structure of cells present in that columnar epithelium tissue? So cells will be column like or pillar like. What is the structure of cells present in cuboidal epithelial tissue? So cells will be cubical in nature. And what is the difference between squamous epithelial tissue and stratified squamous epithelial tissue? So squamous epithelial tissue is made up of single layer of cell, but on the other hand, stratified squamous epithelial tissue is made up of many layers of, or we can say several layers of squamous epithelial tissue. So this much only in this video. Thank you. Have a nice day.